but from the moment I started watching Orphan Black, it was like the show is one of my top favorite. And that's due to your brilliant acting and the way that you make us forget that you're the same person playing all these beautiful, complex characters. It's great.
Thank you.
So please tell us what's up with your future for acting and if we can look forward to seeing you in something else soon.
Yeah, well, two films that I did, two Canadian films that I did this last year are out now on iTunes. One of them is called The Other Half, and I got to work opposite my boyfriend Tom Cullen on that. Hey, thanks. And then the other one's called Two Lovers and a Bear, and I'm opposite Dane DeHaan in that film, and he's amazing, and it's a bizarre, dark movie with a talking polar bear, so if that's your thing. And then I did a film last March in Boston called Stronger, opposite Jake Gyllenhaal, and that should be coming out sometime, I'm guessing this year or next year. And it's about the Boston Marathon bombing, and so got to play one of the marathon runners in that film. So yeah, so that's what's coming out for me so far, but we'll see.
Any series?
I don't know yet. I don't know. Anybody got any scripts?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Over here.
Actually, that's a really good follow-on to my question, which is, would you and Christian ever consider doing an action comedy starring the Murder Hendrixes?
Yes. I'm signing on the dotted line, yes. I would adore that. That would be so fun.
Along with the crazy sister-in-laws.
Along with the who?
The crazy sister-in-laws.
Yeah, exactly. I think Helena could be in there somewhere too.
Thank you.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Thank you.
Over here.
Hi, my name is Diane.
Hi.
I just wanted to say that watching you on screen play these women, it's so inspirational. I'm so grateful that there's a show like this that has all these strong characters that are women, portraying all aspects of women, the good, the bad, the joy of all of it. And so I just wanted to say thank you so much for, bringing this to us and then doing it in such a truthful, soulful, honest way. So that's my first comment. I just wanted to say that because I think for women, especially now, we need to have strong, powerful women in the media who are showing us that we can kick ass, et cetera, et cetera. And then the other thing, when I first started watching Orphan Black, what really pulled me in was Sarah's relationship with Felix. Like that bond that you guys have, even like it's stronger in a way than with all the other clones. And I just wonder if you could talk about that, because I think Jordan is amazing, and your relationship together is amazing.
Yeah, he's incredible. To be honest, that relationship somehow was present when we did our first audition together. I hadn't prepared anything with Jordan. He was one of 4 Felixes who I didn't work with when we were waiting outside in the audition, outside of the audition room. So when I was in the audition room, he walked in the door, and we were supposed to do a couple scenes, these first few scenes that you see Felix and Sarah in, and something about him made me trust him implicitly, and I was like, this guy's gonna go anywhere I wanna go. Like, we just played together, and he gave me stuff, he improvised, we both improvised, and there was just something about him. We both said it, we're like, I feel like I've known you my whole life. And that doesn't happen all the time when you're working opposite a scene partner you've never met before. So I think that relationship was bizarrely kind of there. And yeah, we love each other so much and feel very much like siblings. Like, we're very protective of each other, and yeah, it's a really fortunate thing for us. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Over here.
Hi, I also want to talk about your Sarah's relationship with Paul. That was always kind of something that really, I really liked their physicality, especially in season 1, when she comes to rescue him at the club, and like they just keep touching each other in like very subtle ways. But and then kind of how the storyline ended up. But was there anything with Paul that you kind of felt like didn't happen? Because it felt like there were whole seasons where you guys, were just hanging out in each other's orbits, but not even having scenes together, and like that just crushed my heart every episode. It was like, no, you guys are so close, and you know, him protecting you and everything like that. But yeah, kind of talking about that.
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting that Sarah, I don't know that she ever really, it clicked for her really until that, unfortunately, that last moment with them in the prison where he's like, it was never Beth I loved. And it's like this reality check. You know, I think Sarah was like surviving. You know, so much of her instincts are just to survive, whether that is using people or creating a bond with somebody. But I think she is really about her individual self. And I don't think she recognized what that relationship was to her until the end. I think she always saw it through Beth's perspective. Weirdly, you know, it's a weird relationship. Like, she is playing Beth, and she is knowing a man through his relationship with another woman, but yet their relationship is real. I think it's a complicated one.
Yeah, I just love this so much. So,
yeah, cool.
Thanks.
Awesome, thank you.
Over here.
So my question is, you know, over time you have built up so many of these characters, and then all of a sudden we get Crystal. So what's your
Sorry,
idea?
what's that?
Crystal.
Yeah.
Oh, Crystal, yeah.
So my question is, you know, what was your thought process with that, and then does she ever come to the realization that she's actually a clone? Because of course she keeps coming to this idea she's not.
She's like, she is not me. Crystal, it was, to be fully honest, like me pretending to be Jenny Slate from The Kroll Show. Because have you ever seen Publicity, that sketch? Go watch it right now. It's hilarious. Crystal was supposed to be a one-off character who you saw in that elevator in the beginning of season 3, I think, and then she was supposed to have died. And then, but I was improvising as Jenny Slate on set, and so the producer John Fawcett was like, "Well, we need to make her a clone." So she kind of came out of a joke, and then we started to really dig into her and kind of like find, like, okay, who is the human who is here, who presents herself in this way? And I think what's great about Crystal is that she is a naive clone in the sense that she doesn't think she's a clone. She's an individual, and I think that's actually like the cool way her brain works, and also like her superpower in a way is that she's like, no, I am me. That's it. You know, as much as we look the same, I'm my own person. So I think that's kind of what makes her special.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I think we have a question over here.
Sorry, super nervous.
No worries.
So, assuming Mrs. S has a bunch of Nazis in her time and instilled...
She's what?
Assuming Mrs. S has a bunch of Nazis in her time
Yes.
and obviously instilled that sort of punk rock value in Sarah, if another clone was to join Sarah in going out and doing such, which clone do you think it would be?
I think most of them would get in line to do that, but I mean, Helena, Allison, Cosima. Yeah, I think somebody asked me the other day, like, how would the clones be politically active right now? What would they be doing? And it was such a cool question, you know, because I feel like what they're fighting for is what we're fighting for now, which is a voice and autonomy and ownership over our bodies and our reproductive rights. And yeah, and I think this is something that, you know, we have to fight for. And I think I'm very fortunate that through my work, I'm able to explore that and to say something about it. And a lot of this last season is about smashing the patriarchy. So and we think about it every day on set. You know, it's very much with us. So they'd all punch a Nazi.